As a man who is 170 pounds overweight, I've just done something that I'm actually quite scared about, but really, really excited because it's the first time I've ever done something like this. October 26th, I've entered into Leicester Half Marathon. And this is someone from never really had much running experience. I did dabble in it many, many years ago, and an injury sort of stopped me from progressing. But now I have something real and concrete to work towards and really look forward to, because this is going to be hard, and this is what men need in general. And it's definitely what I need. I need something to work towards and something that's difficult. I've been thinking for years, that like you got the Tough Mudder, you've got the Wolf Run, those sorts of things like obstacle courses, long distance running. Always want to do something like that. And this was inspired by someone in my main job, and he's just done the Birmingham Half Marathon. And I looked into Leicester Marathon, and it's like October. It feels really far away. It isn't. But I think it's just enough time for me to really sink my teeth into fitness and have an actual focused goal. I now have to do specific things to reach that goal. I don't have a specific time goal for this marathon. I don't care. But I'm super excited about it. I'm not going to have to just lose weight. I'm going to have to actually start getting fit. And I'm not expecting to run this thing really that well. I do think it's enough time to accomplish it. But that's not really, the goal isn't to like smash a record or something, obviously. But it's just to do it. It's just to have something to work towards. And I was always following, there's a guy on Instagram, Goliath GG, and he was very similar build to me, very similar weight. He lost it all, not through fasting, but he did it quite extremely. He did it very quickly as well. Loads of exercise, calorie deficit, always in the gym. Like I think 3 times a day, eating quite restrictively. And he lost a lot of weight very, very quickly. And very early on, he made the goal to enter a bodybuilding competition. And actually, he won this competition a few months ago. And I was thinking, like, I need something like that. Not necessarily a bodybuilding competition, which actually I'm now open to, because bodybuilding is on the cards afterwards, the weight loss and, general fitness and get my health in order. But there might actually be some guys as well from my main job who are going to do it with me. We're all going to do it together. And I don't know, I've said it so many times now. I'm just so excited about it because it really is something so new to me. And I've kept myself in a box for such a long time. Oh, you can't do that because of this. You can't do this because of that. Oh, you can't run because you're really overweight. Well, lose some weight then, I suppose. That's my message to myself. And through this journey, my mind has been open to different possibilities, which is really cool. And I don't think I would have done this without having started this journey 3 months ago. Maybe eventually, but I don't think it would have even occurred to me. And I do wonder about that, whether I would have or not. I honestly don't think I would. And that's the really cool thing about consciously thinking about your issues, how you're going to solve them, and implementing a plan. Now, as you know, the health side of this journey hasn't gone to plan. It was meant to be running concurrently with the financial side. That's doing brilliantly. But what are we in? Let's just say mid-May. May, June, July, August. So 6 months around, or 5 and a bit. That's enough time to lose a significant amount of weight and to also get my fitness from what it is like negative 100 now to whatever I need. I'm gonna die on this race, but that's not the point. The point is to do it. The point is to have something to pull you towards. And I want to change a lot. I'm desperate to get out of this, the hole that I'm in, and we've done a really good job so far. And I often think about a quote from Alex Hormozy. I think it was a real experiment where they had rats who they'd waft in the smell of cheese or food from the front, but they'd waft in the smell of a cat from behind. So you got these two different sources of motivation to really propel yourself forward. And I've got the absolute desperation to change, to get out of this position I'm in, to be in the positive in my bank account, get out of debt, have the life that I want, find a woman that I actually really, really like, and all these different things, be a competent, good man. And now I've also got this other external factor that's pulling me towards it. I have to get to a certain level of fitness in order to not really injure myself and actually complete this race. And that's fantastic. And as I said, it didn't even occur to me. But now I have something. There's something on the horizon, that I had considered really my birthday in July. I didn't really see anything beyond that point. And I don't really care about birthdays, but it's the next big milestone. But after that, there was nothing really there. But now I've got something. And it's so super cool. And if you want to do something similar, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be fitness related. Just to have something that motivates you, that pulls you in the right direction. And it's just such a simple thing. And it's going to be a really good atmosphere, good vibes. It's going to be, October, is that winter? Not quite, but it's going to be probably a bit damp and a little bit cold. That's fine, I don't care about that. But it's just going to be a really good atmosphere. And I've seen the London Marathon before, people running through, and it's just a good time. I was watching Casey Neistat's video recently. I don't know when this came out, but he was doing the New York Marathon. That would be such a good vibe. That would be so fun to do. Even if you're dying, your lungs are on fire, you've got all these people around you cheering and all that. It's just going to be such a good thing. And now I've signed up to that. It's like, what else could I do? What else am I missing that hasn't occurred to me that I could actually do? I don't have an answer to that yet, but it will come. And I guess that's what life's about. You have these series of events that you do. And in between, you're improving, you're trying to... Not to say that if you don't have an event to sort of pull you towards, you still need to maintain, obviously. You need to maintain that discipline and that. And that's what David Goggins talks about. But yeah, really, really cool. And obviously I'll talk about it more when it actually comes up. But now I'll be making videos about preparing for this. And generally, the walking to work thing, walking back, I've done it for a few days now. It's helping. I am tired, but I think, I do a month of that, then that's going to get me to a certain level of fitness. Then on the weekends, I'm probably going to need to start jogging a little bit, or go to the gym, do some incline. There's a hill right next to my house, which I always look at it and I think I could just go up that several times, and I'm going to get really out of breath. But that's just such a... I didn't really think about it before, but it's right there, I could use that. I could use different things around me. I could buy a weighted vest. I don't know, all these different things. I'm just now, my mind's expanding to these different possibilities. How do I get to a proficient fitness level where I can finish this race and have a good time doing it? And it's not rocket science. It's just, you just need to do certain things that people have done for thousands of years. And it's not a mystery, right? But it just hadn't really been on my radar. And I think that's the beauty of self-improvement. One thing leads to another. You open one door, then there's more doors to open. And it's just a series of, like a chain reaction. And it does snowball, I suppose. Because once you learn one thing, once you do one thing, then you can do the next thing. And that's just what progress is, isn't it? It's just a series of learning experiences. But that's it. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.